on our way to see Wicked for Good today, which I am so excited for. 9:15 showing because I couldn't wait until later in the day to go watch it. I think it's gonna be amazing.
You all have been with us every step down the Arabic Road. We have been so honored.
After the movie, we went to Arepa Mia, which is a Venezuelan restaurant that is on the Michelin Guide. We had an appetizer of tostones, and then Zach got an arepa and I got some empanadas. We ate and chatted about the movie before getting on with the rest of today's errands. We're pulling up on Kudzu Antiques, which is where we got our dining room table and our TV console, spent all of our paychecks on just a few weeks ago. But this time we're coming back because they've put out their holiday decorations, and so I'd love to see what they have. The ultimate goal is to get a Christmas tree skirt because we don't have that for whenever we put up the tree later today, but also just, I may be swayed depending on what there is. That's not the only goal. For me, Christmas decoration, I always want to feel things that are special to me. Like, I would so much rather spend the next years of my life slowly building up a collection of fun holiday items than just going all out and getting things that I don't actually love as much. So I feel like I can be kind of picky when it comes to items just because I want to really like them, and I want the things that are out and like the ornaments that we have to have some memory or some meaning behind them. That being said, let me show you what I did find at Kudzu. First, I got this little pair of vintage ornaments that they say are from the 60s. A little red and gold ornament ball with some holly on the top. And then this cutie little flocked teddy who also has some holly on the side. These were actually the very first ornaments that caught my eye when we were there. They're just these little ornament balls with snowmen and some little snowflake dots. It doesn't say when they're from. I mean, it could be anything. The first two ornaments were $3 each. These were $5 each. And then this last pair I am so charmed by. It's these two little candies. There's this one and this one. So two just like slightly different shapes that I think are so precious. Something else that I was looking for while we were there was a tree topper, but I didn't really know what I wanted in a tree topper, and they did have several there, but they were all the like super elaborate ones that are like the angels that are like this big and just, I mean, very pretty, but I felt like it was more than what I was going for. And so what I did get that I'm planning to use as a tree topper at least this year, but I may not be committing to it for like from here on out, is this felt poinsettia that I think can just be really cute. Like we'll just clip it to where whichever way the tree faces, it'll face front, and it's meant to be like an ornament, but I think it'll be very well suited as a topper. And then lastly, the piece of decor that I'm the most excited that we got. Planning on keeping this forever. Look at this snow globe. Isn't this gorgeous? It also, ready? Oh, it was just getting to the chorus. I think this is so perfect. I just love this so much.
Dear Santa, tell me that you'll make it here in time. Yeah, this boy is on my mind. The number one thing on my wish list. Oh, Santa, tell me you know that I've been good. I put the lights up just for you. You're the only one who can make my dreams come true. I could see until he looked my way. I used to be blue, now I'm brand new, all wrapped up in red. I keep on dreaming of his face. He just melts my heart away. I'm all glittery 'cause he makes it feel like Christmas every day. Now the winter's here to stay. All I want is his embrace. Maybe it's crazy, but he makes it feel like Christmas every day. Dear Santa, hug me through the sparkly winter night. He starts up a Christmas tree. With every jingle bell, I know if only me. I could see the end until he looked my way. I used to be blue, now I'm brand new, all wrapped up in red. I keep on dreaming of his face. He just melts my heart away. I'm all glittery 'cause he makes it feel like Christmas every day.
This is our first time having a full-size tree. The little guy that I just put up in there has been our main tree for the past years, but
And
it
this
was a,
amazing leaf over here.
yeah, I didn't show them the garland yet. We'll show you the garland in a little
Garland.
bit. Yeah, it's a garland.
I know, I definitely know.
But my mom's Christmas present to us this year was this big old tree that we'll have to see if we
7.5
can put up.
feet.
Big old tree.
I keep on dreaming of his face. He just melts my heart away. I'm all glittery 'cause he makes it feel like Christmas every day. Now the winter's here to stay. All I want is his embrace. Maybe it's crazy, but he makes it feel like Christmas every day. I've been here waiting all day. Santa, are you on your way? Mistletoe, I'm gonna wait. Feel like Christmas every day. I've been here waiting all day. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, Jesus, Lord of heaven and earth. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid. Sing with us our Savior's birth.
Coming at you the next day because I want to show you the ornaments that are all around our tree, or some of the favorite ornaments. I won't show you every single one, but some of the favorite ornaments that are on our tree. Here we have a pretty wooden one that we got off Etsy, and it reminded me to order this year's because I want to get one for every single year. This is from our engagement pictures in Zach 2024, and the first time the seller sent this to us, she spelled Zach's name wrong, so we actually have two of them, but this is the one that is obviously on the tree. This we got at the Georgia Sea Turtle Center just recently on the trip, and it really is very beautiful. Here's the bear that we got yesterday that I showed you, and one of the candies is up here. Two shutterfly ornaments that were gifted to us. This is Zach's dog, Zach's parents' dog at home. And then this is my family from a family reunion that we had last year. I have used this as a tree topper for so many years of my life. Anna B 2004. I think my contribution to this was the face, but it wouldn't be the same without the face. This is one of the balls that we got yesterday. It looks so pretty. I love it. Here's another from 2004. Ooh, which reminds me of my favorites. This is my favorite ornament just because she is so beautiful to me. I love ones that just give like a subtle sparkle. The snowflake kind of does that too. This snow globe is facing backwards. So gorgeous. This is one from my childhood ornaments as well. One of my aunts gifted us this last year, our first Christmas engaged, 2024. It was also our last Christmas engaged. The ornaments very much just cover like the front of the tree and are pretty thin throughout, but like I think I mentioned yesterday, I'd so much rather slowly build a collection that each piece is something that I really enjoy or feel sentimental than I would just like buying ornaments just to buy them. And it's so pretty to me. Oh my gosh, and I forgot to tell you about the tree skirt. So as you know, we were not successful at the vintage market finding a tree skirt, which I really think is just like we could have gotten really lucky, or they just didn't have any and they just didn't have any. That's kind of the downside of vintage shopping, is you're just at the whim of whatever's in the store at that time. So I did go to Michael's afterwards, and this was pretty reasonably priced at Michael's. And then we just added the little garland around it too to make it extra pretty. But while I was at Michael's, I also got this garland that is just gonna be right here on our TV. For time being, I put both of our stockings right there. I don't know if they'll really stay there. And then just brought out several figurines and some candles to set around as well. We very much still have a ghost over here. And then on the other side, we have a turkey. I really just love all of my different little figurines for each season. And I also kind of just love having them all out all at once. Balance for me is this moment exactly right here. I spent the morning filming 2 separate YouTube videos, sit-down videos that I scripted last night. So yesterday we did obviously all of the like fun out of the house activities, festive activities, and I got to sprinkle a little bit of work in there as well. Filming the videos this morning didn't feel relaxing, but it definitely was productive. And then editing does feel more relaxing, at least physically, but I do have to remind myself like of all of the different types of rest. I have to balance each one that I need. Yesterday was like mentally and emotionally relaxing, even though we were out and about all day. And then right now it's about to be physically relaxing, even though my brain's about to be working. And that's kind of the mindset I keep when trying to stay balanced throughout life, is sprinkling in those little bits. Like being productive right now will allow me to be less stressed as I head into the work week after the weekend, but also being productive in this way right now is very different than the being productive that yesterday was, and fulfills versus drains different parts of me. I haven't really been good at this in past years, but this year I want to make the purposeful effort to actually read holiday books during the holiday season. There's so many holiday books on my TBR that the season passes me by and then I'm not going to read them in the summer or in the fall. So I actually spent a moment and was super purposeful about placing holds at the library so I can read these books while it's actually time to read them. I feel like they may be cheesy, but I think that can only help create some more holiday magic. I want to read Grace and Henry's Holiday Movie Marathon by Matthew Norman. Both Grace and Henry lost their spouses at the end of the year before, so this is their first holiday season without them. And my understanding is that they kind of build this delicate friendship because they know that the other person is the closest to understanding what their feelings are in this like new holiday season without their spouse. And I'm pretty sure the book just like follows them through watching all of these different holiday movies. It says like some people come and go during the movie marathon, and I'm just super curious like how this book is written and where all it's going to go. I think the holiday movie part of it will be kind of special and will also give me some good ideas probably of holiday movies to watch as well. I should make a list of those that I need to watch during this season. This book was just so intriguing to me, and I feel like it's a different plot setup than what I often see, so I'll let you know how it is. The other ones aren't quite as unique, but I also want to read Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. Hannah Grace wrote Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream, and I love those books, so I am quite excited for her holiday romance. The 2 main characters are Clara and Jack, and there's a small town called Fraser Falls. There's like a toy company that's been in the family for forever, and it sounds as though it's like kind of rivals to lovers. Clara has a plan to win over the community, only to realize that beneath Jack's frosty demeanor lies the key to the town's heart, and maybe her own. I think holiday romances are just so fun because they don't have to be deep. They can just be like snowy and it's a success. I also want to read Christmas People by Iva Marie Palmer. This is about a main character, Jill, who is not a Christmas person. She moved from her small hometown to LA, but ends up returning to her small town in Illinois one holiday season, and this one's a little magical, but she wakes up and is like in the plot of a cheesy holiday movie, which is like her biggest nightmare, all of the jolly festivities that are happening, and the characters in the movie are like the people in her real life, but they're like not the people in her real life. She can tell, I guess, that it's a holiday movie and not reality, and she's gonna have to figure out like how to get out of this. And then lastly, I realized that this book in my head has been like holiday winter associated, and there's actually nothing that really points to the fact that it is. It's The Perfect Hosts by Heather Gundenkoff. I think maybe why I associate it with winter is because her other book that I've read, The Overnight Guest, was super snowy, dark. I read it one New Year's Eve, and it was like the perfect winter vibe for that. So I'm not even positive when this one takes place, but in my head, it's like a great wintry holiday thriller. A couple's gender reveal party turns deadly, and everyone is a suspect in this gripping thriller. Is it a boy or a girl? They would die to know. Someone ends up dead. The appearance of some unexpected house guests only deepen the mystery, and as tensions mount, it becomes clear that the explosion wasn't just an unlucky accident, but who was the target and why. Nothing to even insinuate winter in that book, but in my head, it really is winter. Thank you for creating some holiday magic with me this weekend. I just look forward to making the most out of the season like I try to do with every season, and taking you along with me. If there are any videos that you would like to see between now and the end of the year, let me know. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. I appreciate you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.